Andy Summers has one of the most iconic clean guitar tones ever. And the interesting part is, it's not really about being clean, it's about texture, movement, and space. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to get close to that sound completely in the box just using plugins. Andy Summers is best known for his work with the Police that helped define the early 70s and 80s clean guitar sound. Tracks like Every Breath You Take, Roxanne, Message in a Bottle, and Walking on the Moon are perfect examples of such iconic guitar tones from Andy Summers. There's always something happening with his tone. And the reason why I picked Andy Summers is obviously because I'm a big fan of his work, and also because I'm a big fan of those 80s vibey, clean guitar sounds. And they seem a bit irrelevant now, you don't really get to hear them a lot anymore, but I really wanted to highlight the magic of these tones and how much color and life they bring into your guitar sound. So what I've done here is I've done a lot of research on Andy Summers' rig, his setups from various sources online, and I found a middle ground, an average of different tones from Andy Summers' different tracks that will help us get to that Andy Summers character. So let's head into the session. So this is the session. I have created a demo track in the style of the Police. It's very simple, it's not mixed, it's not mastered, it's just for demonstration purposes. The only thing I've done is some processing on the guitars and bass, mostly on the guitars, just to show you how to sort of achieve that Andy Summers-like tone. So let me play you the song. You've seen some clips already of me playing it, but let me play you the whole track. Okay, so we have two types of guitar tones here. One is the picking style guitar, what you hear in Message in a Bottle. This is very Message in a Bottle-esque, and I've tried to also add that Walking on the Moon flavor in there as well. So the pick guitar sounds like this. And you have some harmonies here. And then we have what I call the Sprangs, and this is what you may hear on Walking on the Moon, Roxanne. So those are our two guitar tones, right? So let me just show you how I achieved these. So what I want to first start off with is the amp selection. So Andy Summers is known very famously for playing the Roland Jazz Chorus 120, and he's also known to play a lot of Marshall amps, plexi amps. So a lot of the information online states that he's played Marshall amps for most of his career and then later switching to the Jazz Chorus. I've also read that he uses a bunch of different amps in his live setups. So what I've done here is I have blended a model of the Roland Jazz Chorus amp and a Marshall amp, what I have on the slate. So let me just play you the amps one by one. In my first track, I have the Jazz Chorus 120 simulation by Slate. And what I have on the FX chain is a compressor, a blues driver, and a flanger. So Andy Summers is also very well known for really championing the MXR Dynacomp. So I don't really have that. I have this compressor from Overloud THU Slate. It does the job, but obviously it doesn't react as well as the MXR comp, the real thing. Andy Summers is also known for really having really clean tones going into the amp as well. But again, I've noticed like Message in a Bottle does have a overdriven sort of tone in it. There is some sort of color. So I'm using the blues driver to really color that tone. So I have the same chain for the Marshall as well. And I have them on separate tracks because again, it just helps me a bit better to control the balances and the leveling. I could do it here. I can split the chain and I could add that, but again, I just want to have more control. So let's go amp by amp. This is just the dry signal on the Roland. So that's clean into the amp. And when we switch the compressor on, you can immediately hear the compression kicking in. A bit more attack, a bit more sustain. With the blues driver on. So just a bit more color, and we follow up with the Flanger. Now, Andy Summers uses the Electro Harmonix Electric Mistress for his flanging, and that's a really big contributor to his tone. I don't have that, so I'm using this Flanger from Slate again. So this is for our picking tone, right? So that's our Jazz Chorus chain. And our Marshall chain, again, the same effects. This is what it sounds like before the effects. A bit more body. It sounds a bit muddy right now, but it's going to get fixed. So with all the effects in, alright, and for both the chains, amp chains, I'm using this plugin from Neural DSP. I'm not using any of the amps, the other pedals, everything is disengaged. I'm just using the delay and the reverb on here. Again, because I just want a bit more of that spacey delay. So for the Fender chain, I have a 16th note delay. Mix is really low. It's just to give a bit more movement to the track, and then I have a reverb to just give it some space. Again, mix on both of them is quite low. And on the Marshall setting, I have an 8th note delay. Mix is a bit more on this one. Again, it's synced to the BPM, and then I have reverb for more space. And both together, and another thing that I have on the chains is an emulation of the Roland RE201. Now, again, from a lot of the information online, he's known to use the Echoplex a lot. Again, I don't have an Echoplex, and I've seen that he does use the Roland RE201, whether it's in the studio or it's in live setting, but he has used it at some point. So before and after, it just adds a bit more modulation, a bit more space. And from the recorded tracks, you can just hear if I play them in solo, this is what it sounds like. Another very important thing about achieving Andy Summers' guitar tone is also the way you play. It's not just the gear, it's also the way you play. A lot of the tone is in your hands, the way you hold the pick, the way you strum, the way you attack the strings. So there's a lot of variables there. So it's very important to really focus on these things as well. So if you listen to Message in a Bottle, his picking style is very sublime. There's not a lot of attack. It's very clean. But if you listen to the strums on Walking on the Moon or Roxanne, it has a lot more attack. It has a lot more bite. So you really need to also strum and pick the guitar like Andy Summers in order to achieve these sounds. So again, Andy Summers is known to really champion the Telecaster and the Stratocaster. Mostly the Telecaster, but I have a Strat here and I'm playing the Strat on the 4th position the fourth pickup close to the neck to get that sound, that really sparkly. If I play the humbucker, a lot more drive. So, and if I play the neck pickup, the fifth one, very good, very well-rounded tone, but that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for a bit more of a scooped, sparkly tone. So that's our picking tone. So now moving on to the sprangs. I don't know if that's the right word, but what I'm referring to here is the more attacky sort of one chord strums. The stuff that you hear on Walking on the Moon or Roxanne. Again, we have the same amps here present. Our initial FX chain is pretty much the same. Like, we're using the same amps, we're using the same FX pedals. The only difference is we've removed the blues driver on this because we want a cleaner sound. And we've driven up the flanger. If you hear Walking on the Moon, you really hear the electric mistress. It's really prominent in the mix. So the flanger is a lot more on these tracks. And what's also really important to note is that the bass on these parts is very, very low. It's mostly mids. Again, because it's just strummed parts, it's more percussive. So I've really cut down the bass on the amp for these tracks. And again, we're using the same delay and reverbs on here. And on the RE201, the mix on these, again, the same. So what's different here is, again, just the flanger has been increased a lot more in terms of the mix, and we've gotten rid of the blues driver. So we get this tone. So Walking on the Moon, for example, that's the iconic Walking on the Moon chord. And for these parts, you gotta really, you gotta really hit the strings. Not like in a really, but like, it's gotta be light on your fingers, but you still need to have that attack. So in our recorded track, and another very important thing I want to bring up is, again, to sound like Andy Summers, we need to have some sort of counter melodies or stuff that he does that makes him really different. So if we listen to this chorus right here, so we have these broken chords playing here, right? There's a main one and there's a harmony. And at the same time, we have this playing. And in the mix, so together with the bass and the drums, these guitar parts work with each other, and this is something Andy Summers is, again, very well known for, to creating these really beautiful harmonies and these really beautiful guitar parts, and which makes him such a unique and such a brilliant guitar player. And finally, on these printed tracks, what I've done is I've done a bit more processing on them. He's known to have that little scooped, sparkly sound, so I've removed some 1.5K. Added some 4K and removed some 200 to clean up that sound. And this is basically on all the tracks. And I've also added a compressor here, again, just to tame the peaks a little bit. It's not really a lot. And I've just done this EQ and compression just for this demo purpose, just to sort of really, the last step to achieve that Andy Summers sound. So that's pretty much it. what I really wanted to highlight is to sort of try to emulate the gear that he's using in a software version. We're not going to get the exact same sound. Again, I'm not Andy Summers. I don't have the same gear, but you can still get a pretty good 80s, early 80s guitar tone using this sort of FX chain and amp blending. And again, what I've mentioned before, it's very important the way you play as well if you want to sound like Andy Summers. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me play you the track again. So if you're into these kind of tone breakdowns, let me know who I should cover next in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.